Did you know that there are 368,530 children in the foster care system? Did you know that in the state of Virginia, there are over 5,000 individuals in this system? After these kids age out of the foster care system, studies show that their rate of homelessness and unemployment is higher than that of other youths. In fact, in 2021, 19,000 young men and women exited the foster care system without a permanent family home or being reunited to their original family. Imagine being told to go off into society, function as an adult, when no one ever taught you how to do that. I believe that each of you should know about this topic because I myself had no knowledge of this topic until only 2 summers ago. Sure, I knew that the foster care system wasn't ideal, but I didn't know how truly broken it really was. These children are just as important as you and I. However, they are not getting the same treatment. We must take a stand for them and mend the system that they've been forced to live in. Today, we're going to walk through why you should care about this issue, how these kids are being treated, and how you can help. So firstly, why should you care? The foster care system affects more than just the people who are in it. It affects the communities that surround it, meaning that it affects you. The stat that I read you, 19,000 young men and women who exit the foster care system are just thrown out to the wind, that is the next generation. That is your peers. Those are your friends. And they have not been fortunate enough to experience high school graduations and life in college with promising prospects of jobs and internships. The system damages them and leaves our society broken as a result, affecting the future of all of us. According to pennylane.org, only 58% of children who leave the foster care system, or children who are in the foster care system, graduate high school. 58%, and less than 3% go on to earn a college degree. Between 31% and 41% exit the foster care system and experience homelessness by the age of 26. These numbers are staggering. These numbers are people, human beings who have been raised in a volatile environment, pushed from home to home, experienced not a very good education, and then forced to live as a fully functioning adult. How does that make sense? Secondly, I want to talk about how these children are being treated in the system. The foster care system suffers due to inadequate resources, high rates of trauma and behavioral issues, and a lack of stability. When I say lack of resources, this means that children get neglected. The very system that's supposed to protect them from neglect is in turn neglecting them. In May of 2022, only a few hours after DCFS had visited 8-year-old Mara Osby's house, she was murdered by her own mother. This 8-year-old girl, who is the average age of kids in the system, had been on the radar of DCFS since she was 3 years old. And they failed to make contact with her family, and they did not do a wellness check for 60 days after the call of the neglect was reported. According to America First Policy Institute, one caseworker, a singular caseworker, takes on 55 cases in a year. And the average caseworker works in their position for about 1.8 years. This system that we're putting our most precious cargo in, this system that we're investing all of our stock into, is overworked and understaffed. And it's not producing results. If anything, it's producing more and more brokenness. We are seeing as the years go on that the children who are coming out of this system, they're not set up for success in any way. And that is what the system is promising us. That is what the system is supposed to do. It's supposed to take these children who are in a volatile environment and set them on a path to lead a life of success. ThePolicyCircle.org says that today's children will be tomorrow's adults, so it is imperative that we stabilize and optimize the foster care system for society's most vulnerable. These are our most vulnerable. And the point is, it's dangerous for children to live in volatile environments. And most people have no idea. Like I said, I didn't have any idea until I worked as a camp counselor. I worked as a camp counselor for my first summer, and I finally saw an 8-year-old girl move from home to home to home. And the home that she was in now that was deemed safe, she was being abused in. How is that safe? How is that promoting success? How is that putting them on the path to lead a good life? And thirdly, I want to talk about how you can make a change, because this is a very important topic that strikes a lot of emotion, and it's very, very important, and we need to talk about it. But how can you make a change? A lot of people think that you have to be a foster parent in order to make a real change. That's not true. You have a unique voice because you're in college, because you're a younger person. You have this unique perspective to give. These summers that you have in between college are very unique seasons of life that you will never find another season of life like it again. Take the time, use it. Go serve somewhere. Go be a mentor somewhere. Go find a family that is struggling and serve them, help them, be of assistance to them. Be a camp counselor. I don't know. Do what you can in this season of life while you have the time to make a difference. Use your voice, whether it be on social media or just by word of mouth. A lot of times I think, I don't have a voice. I'm just a 20-year-old college girl. What could I possibly say that could be rendered as important? And then I think about the 8-year-old who literally has no voice at all. You have a voice of some sort. Use it for good. In conclusion, the foster care system is extremely broken, and these children are in need of help. We are the ones who have to speak up for them, and because they cannot speak up for themselves. Thank you so much for listening to everything I had to say today. I hope that it spurred you into action and caused you to be aware of the situation and think of more than just yourself. Think of more than just your singular future, but the collective future as a whole. Thank you.